All right, good morning, everyone. Today is our town council regular meeting, Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020, via GoToMeeting. At this point, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and again, to avoid any feedback, everybody can just go on mute unless you're speaking, please. At this point, we'll start the meeting. Are there any visitors that would like to be heard on the meeting? Okay, we'll move on to number 3, which is the approval of the minutes from the May 20th, 2020 and May 26th, 2020 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Thank you. On to number 3, which is the appointments. So we're going to go through these appointments individually. As you can see, we have Dennis Parker, unaffiliated to the Harbor Commission for a term until June 30th, 2024. Aurora Thompson, Green Party, Water Pollution Control Commission for June 30, 2023. And then Tom Schultz is a Democrat going for the Historic District Commission from an alternate seat to a full seat for a term until June 30th, 2025. So at this point, let's just start with Dennis Parker. Is Dennis on the call? No? Okay. So at this point, Dennis Parker, accept the motion for Dennis Parker and unaffiliated to the Harbor Commission for a term until June 30th, 2024. The motion?
So moved.
Okay. A second?
Second.
Any discussions on Dennis's appointment? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstain? Okay, we'll move on to Aurora Thompson, Green Party. Is Aurora on the call? No. Okay, so at this point, looking for a motion to appoint Aurora Thompson, Green Party, to the Water Pollution Control Commission until June 30th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
We have the second already? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? And lastly, Tom Schultz, which is just a moving in from an alternate seat to a full. So at this point, looking for a motion to appoint Tom Schultz from the Democratic Party to a Historic District Commission from an alternate seat to a full seat for a term until June 30th, 2025.
So moved.
For a second? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Next on to the reappointments. These we can all do as one motion, so I will just read through all of them. And we can make one motion for these. These are all just reappointments to their current seats. So we can do this all as one. So at this point, we will look for a motion to reappoint John May from the Green Party to the Conservation Commission until June 30th, 2022. Rob LaFrance, Democrat, Inland Wetlands Commission until June 30th, 2024. Matt Kennedy, Democratic Party, Water Pollution Control Commission until June 30th, 2023. Wesley Kavanaugh, Democratic Party, Shellfish Commission until June 30th, 2022. Mike Corcoran, Democratic Party, Shellfish Commission until June 30th, 2022. Scott Harley, Democrat, Inland Wetlands Commission until June 30th, 2024. Jerry Weiss, Democratic Party, Human Services Advisory Board until June 30, 2023. Raymond Iverson, Democratic Party, to the Harbor Commission until June 30th, 2024. Paul Dahlgren, Democrat, Harbor Commission until June 30th, 2024. Alan Kravitz, Democrat, Design Review Board until June 30th, 2023. And Matt Seth Lender, Democrat, Conservation Commission until June 30th, 2022.
So moved.
In a second,
Second.
any discussion?
I'd just like to thank many of these individuals for their long service on these boards and commissions. A lot of work, service, and time. So just wanted to.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Thank you. All right. Proclamation honoring the Morgan class of 2020. I will obviously thank Eric Bergman, who brought this to my attention about doing something for the graduating seniors, obviously in these unprecedented times. I'm hoping that we could do something. So a proclamation was put together that everybody has. This will be read in a recording that will be presented to the graduates when they have their graduation on June 10th. So again, thank you, Eric, for prompting us to put something forward to honor these graduating seniors.
You're welcome.
Okay, on to the next item, which is the number 6, which is the town beach concession stand contract. Everybody has a copy of the contract and a letter from Park and Rec. In relation to this contract, the concessionaire is looking to start this season. So there is a contract that they have in place here. The suggested motion that you have here. So at this point, we'll be looking for a motion that the town council of the town of Clinton hereby authorizes and directs the town manager to sign a contract for the town beach concession stand with concessionaire John Anelio with terms and conditions as recommended by the Park and Recreation Commission. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussions on the contract? Okay, hearing none, we'll make a motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay, thank you very much. On to number 7, which is the Chamber of Commerce lease agreement. Their lease agreement expired, I believe, in April. Again, copy of the lease has been attached to all the documents you guys have received. So hopefully everybody's reviewed that. The suggested motion is that the town council of the town of Clinton hereby authorizes and directs the town manager to sign a lease agreement for 50 East Main Street, as known as the Elliott House, with the Chamber of Commerce for a term ending May 30, 2021. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion regarding this lease?
So they're essentially responsible for the interior. Nothing to do with the exterior, roof, paint, walls, anything like that, as usual, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Thank you very much. Okay, so okay, so Chairman's report, knowing that we're going to be having an executive session, I'll limit this. Basically, there is something that I guess has been put together for the graduating class of this year. They're trying to do something tomorrow. I guess Jane Scully Welch has been involved in this, and some of the PTA people, something called, Paint the Town Blue. So there'll be a lot of signs. They're looking for people in restaurants locally here to put some stuff on their windows. Just congratulating the senior class as they're not having a normal standard graduation proceeding. So that's tomorrow. I think it's starting around 9 o'clock. So if you see people out and about, that's what is related to. Other than that, we'll move on to the town manager's report.
So you have my report. It's written as an update. The fish ladder at the Old Morgan School site, the grant to design it was submitted yesterday. Awards would be announced in November, so we've got a few months to wait before we hear what the disposition of the grant application. The rest of the report is as submitted. This week, we're supposed to be getting guidance out of the state on what phase 2 is going to look like for the reopening process. It was noted in prior calls with the governor and the DEC commissioner, that information will be given out with it as much advance notice as possible, so it wouldn't be a surprise and give people an opportunity to plan accordingly. So hopefully that comes out this week. So we're lined up for the 20th opening, which is only 2 weeks away. That's it.
All right, thank you,
Can I
Carl.
ask a question?
Yep.
Carl, I have a question about the health district. Brad, do they make any mention of when they're going to resume normal operating conditions? When they're going to reopen their office to the public?
Now, right now, haven't announced a date when they're going to reopen. They're still in the process of working remotely. I don't have anything definitive out of them. A lot of town halls are sort of still in that same mode of working remotely also. It seems as if there's a consensus on the town hall side that they're going to start to open up in advance of tax collection season in July. Imagine that CRAD will have to start looking at going back to what constitutes normal in the next month or two.
There's a big problem communicating with them. And I just wondered if you could pass this forward, because I know we're not supposed to talk to department heads, and Scott Martinson is our health department head. But I get phone calls every day from people saying their voicemail is full. They're not responding in a timely fashion to requests. So if you could just kind of spark them to keep a better eye on their voicemail, that would be great. But people are very concerned that they can't go there and drop off documents and talk to a human. So if you would mention that to Scott, it would be greatly appreciated by the land use office.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Scott.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Carl. Moving on to number 10, which is the town council committee liaison reports. Again, don't know if anything's out there that anybody wants to talk about. If there is,
I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't hear what you said.
it's the liaison reports for any of the committees.
Oh.
Is there anybody that has anything on any of these?
No report.
Yep, nothing. I think Kristen's
I-
talking.
From the,
Go ahead, Carol.
I was going to say from the fire department expansion or building reassessment group, apparently they continue to discuss the topic amongst themselves, and when we can resume having regular meetings, I'll know more about the progress that's been made towards a conclusion that they're looking for. But right now, nothing is happening publicly.
Thank you, Carl.
Christine Goupil, just a report on the natural hazards mitigation plan. We did have the public hearing last week. Not a huge number of people calling regional agencies.
That's terrible.
But yeah, there is a survey that we're hoping that we can get participation from Clinton residents. So if that can go up on the town's website, that would be great. And that again is also found on the Regional Planning Agency's website. This is the natural hazard mitigation of the town.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Just quick mention that the roofing committee for both Joel and Elliot, the letters went out and for the bids, and we expect them back I think the third week of June, and we will have a meeting, a pre approval meeting, I guess, or on June 8th with the contractors. They'll be setting up appointments to come over and take a look at the both sites. So that project is moving along quite well.
Thank you, Dennis. No one else? Okay, so at this point, we will, number 11, which will be moving into an executive session, to discuss personnel pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes 1-200 subsection 6A. At this point, everybody will be, anybody who's not going to be going into executive session will be booted off the meeting here. But as soon as the individuals log off, you can log off and log back on. You will be put into a waiting area so that once we come back in from executive session, it will be available to join the meeting again. So for everyone other than the town council, Carl and Mary, you will be logged off the meeting at this point. Again, you
Chris,
can log in.
I just need a motion to go into executive session.
Okay.
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Second, any discussion?
yeah, I'd like to ask a question. There are two topics. What are the topics? Personnel and what was the other topic?
Discussing appointment of town attorney and collective bargaining.
Oh, is it possible for me to stay for the town attorney discussion and then recuse myself for the union discussion?
Yes, you would need to log off when the union discussion starts, and then you
That
can
sounds
log
good.
back in to see if there's any action when the council comes back up.
Okay, but you're gonna do the town attorney first.
As courtesy, yes.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay, we'll now go into executive session. We're now back from an hour. Everybody mute. Actually, before we go forward, everybody mute. Mrs. Malcolm. Okay, so we are currently back out of executive session. No decisions were made, no motions were made. And at this point, then we would need to make or have a motion to amend the agenda to include contract labor negotiations.
So moved.
A second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Again, everybody, can we all mute if we're not talking? Because there's a lot of feedback. So at this point then, we'll look for a motion to move forward, to have the town manager move forward with the labor negotiations, the collective bargaining agreement for the Department of Public Works.
The motion will be to ratify a contract. The motion would be ratify a collective bargaining agreement with the Public Works Union.
We have a motion?
I make a motion to ratify the agreement with the Public Works Union.
Second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Thank you very much. And at that point, we are all set. To adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody be safe. Good day.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Chris.